Yo, what's happening, people? Welcome back to the GraftKings podcast. We are back in Kent's hottest nightclub, Moo Moo's. And today we have a very special guest, Holly Deacon. How you doing, Holly? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. This is your first ever podcast, isn't it?
Yeah, it's my first ever one.
Oh, we're privileged to have you on. Very happy.
For sure.
Have we ever done anyone in this sector before? Well, I'll tell you what, let's start this way. Why don't you introduce who you are?
Oh,
For people who don't know.
I'm Holly Deacon and I am, oh God, I don't know what I'd call myself, to be honest. I am an OnlyFans model, Playboy model, and Instagram kind of person, I guess.
Okay, cool. Nice. Have you been in the industry long?
Yeah, since I was about 17, so a long time.
I don't want to always ask.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Well,
I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
I'm 32.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah. So, long time.
Oh, wow.
You both. High five. I'm
Oh.
over this one here. Well, you meant to high five if I do that, by the way.
Sorry.
That's the whole point is you do a Bluetooth one. That's how it works.
So I take it you've moved into the OnlyFans thing recently, because obviously when you're 17, OnlyFans weren't about. So how did you start out?
I started out really just on Instagram when it wasn't like a very big thing back then. Just doing sort of like posts for bikini brands and like lingerie, and then just sort of moved over to OnlyFans and then expanded on there really.
So kind of progressed naturally, organically.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And obviously the industry's changed massively over the last, I'd say 5 years even.
Yeah, I think since the start of COVID, I think that's when it really started changing up.
And have you seen, you don't have to go into financials obviously, but have you seen a difference in your financial situation since COVID because of it?
Personally, I haven't noticed a big sort of change, but I think I'd sort of built up my clientele and my regular people before that all started anyway. So it hasn't made too much of a difference to me.
Okay.
Thankfully.
That's crazy because the whole internet game is weird now. I just can't get my head around how things are expanding so much, especially with like even things like AI now. I don't know where that's going to take everything, because I've seen people, I don't know if you've seen this, but there's people online now that make fake people using AI, make a whole profile on them. And then people are subscribing to this AI bot, but it's not even a real person. And
I'll get back onto this point later. There's like in the Findom thing that I'm on, which I'll explain. There's people that actually get off on speaking to fake.
Oh, no way.
They know it's a fake profile, but they still want to talk to it and still want to. Oh no, it's bonkers.
Better interaction, maybe. I don't know. What is that?
I have.
Quicker
No
replies,
I
mate.
spit.
Yeah.
I was gonna
The
say.
answers.
So are you managed?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Right. And in the beginning when you first started out, was you managed?
No, I went years and years without management. I just did it all myself.
And why did you feel like you needed a change?
I just thought that management could bring me in sort of different directions, get me more clients, get me different types of work, all sort of things like that, really.
She's here right now, ain't she?
Yeah. She's around
Shout out to
somewhere.
Grace, by the way. We appreciate you.
Do you want to circle back to the beginning for us then, Holly? That obviously, like so you just elaborated that things have changed massively in the recent years. Do you want to start back as to when you first started in industry? Like, how did you get into the industry? What made you want to get into the industry in the first place? And then obviously stay in it.
So I think originally I started out doing just sort of, like I said, the Instagram posts and things like that. Then started doing photo shoots for like photographers and bigger sort of things. And then realising that I could sell the pictures for a lot more than I was selling them just on Instagram, like selling them to magazines, things like that. Because obviously when I started back in the day, there was a lot of lads mags. So obviously you had like all the nuts to do, all these sort of things like that. So girls, you get paid to go in them. But then now there's none of that. None of it at all. Like all the lad mags are completely gone. So it was just kind of trying to find different revenues to make money from, because obviously that wasn't there anymore. So started on OnlyFans and it just sort of went from there, I guess.
You must have seen socials go from like one explicit to another as well, because before on Instagram, certain platforms, you couldn't really post much apart from a bikini picture.
Yeah.
But nowadays, to some sort of respect,
even though
some
it's
Instagram's
still
not left
tricky
to the imagination. It's
though. Yeah,
changed.
it's tricky though, because some people they can post anything.
Yeah, that's
but
what
then
I mean.
like if I post sometimes, like, I'll get taken down for putting something. That's not even rude.
I think with your type of industry, people tend to go to report them, but let's just say it's a woman breastfeeding or something to do with like maybe the trans community, LGBTQ TV.
Yeah, no, and it's
then it's kind of supported. So I think there's like a bit of a grey area when it comes to that.
Yeah, definitely. 100%.
So it has to be. But when it comes to your OnlyFans, can we ask like what type of content you do? Because I know there's all different types of ones. Some people do feet pics, some people do a bit more explicit. Kind of where are you in that radar?
So basically my OnlyFans it's sort of a mixture of everything, because when I started out, it was more sort of like your normal sort of sexual sort of like kinks that people have.
Yeah.
All different sort of like, so that you would get like the feet content, but the dom, the sub, the dress up, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I've seen recently that there's a lot more in the sort of dom world, like the domination world.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm getting a lot more clientele in that sort of area.
Right. Okay.
So that's where it's kind of steered towards over the last year or so, I'd say.
I'm with you. What would you say is like the weirdest request you've had from like a paying customer, let's just say?
Oh, good God.
The weirdest, yeah?
Yeah, we want the bottom of the barrel here.
Oh my God. Someone wanted me to pretend I was a cow, like dressed up as a cow, and wanted me to have my boobs and pretend they were udders. I was like, milk myself.
That don't even sound like that.
That's pretty tame. Did you do it?
No, I did not. No. Like, there's some things I've got to like draw the line up, thinking that's not right. Or, like, I'm pretty open. Like everyone, like something like turns everybody on, but that was just like a bit odd. Or like someone wanted me to stab myself and get a knife, stab myself, not a real knife,
Oh,
like
right,
so,
okay, fine.
but stab myself repeatedly in the tummy, but with, you know, one of them knives that you have like on a
Yeah.
Goes in the handle,
yeah. But,
Some
and,
weird fetishes,
yeah,
man.
but I just thought that was a bit odd. That's just, I don't know if you'd get.
That's a bit
Bit
dark,
scary.
isn't
Yeah,
it? Yeah, it's a bit
that's
dark.
scary.
I saw a video of someone that's in OnlyFans like talking about this, and she said someone wanted to pay her to sit in her shower, drink milk, and to the point she threw up on herself and start pleasuring herself with the milk or with the throw up.
What the
Apparently she didn't do it, but I don't know. I was like, this is mental.
Yeah, they're being sick on yourself. Yeah.
It's mental.
Where's this all like? How has this happened?
I genuinely think these people have always existed.
No, I don't think.
I know they have.
Tell me your theory. I've got a theory.
Right, so I think these people have always existed, yeah? But there used to be little cults and little weird parties and fetishes and shit that goes on behind closed doors. The internet, all that's done is now open up and go,
maybe.
I don't need to go to a party and show my face to someone that I actually want them to be sick on themselves and have a toss over it. Do you know what I mean? Instead of that, I can just message this lovely girl online, ask her to do it, and no one knows I'm that weird.
But
Do you know what I mean?
But the maddest thing is you would probably agree. I think this is right. It's mostly men that are in corporate that wants all
Men
this
are
type
weird.
of stuff.
That's
So
like, men
it's
are weird,
like the dominant people that are in these types of industries want to be dominated with in different ways. If that makes sense.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I've spoken to a few people in this industry that have said that.
I have another theory of how this happened.
Go ahead.
I think because we've been.
Shoot at us.
Yeah, it was. I've been caught.
Ash, keep that in.
Keep that in.
My theory is where we've been as the internet's progressed and with the Nuts magazines and all that kind of stuff, as the years have gone on, and there's been more access to pornographic images and stuff like that. I think as men or as humans, we become desensitized to what used to turn us on. So like back in the day, a pair of titties would probably turn a guy on. Well, to me,
You're looking for the next thing.
yeah,
aren't you?
that's it.
Yeah.
So I feel like we've become so desensitized to just everywhere now. It's, you can see it anywhere. Before you had to go and try your brother's magazine and go to page 30 to try and see a pair of boobs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now
You're
it's
not wrong.
everywhere.
No,
So
you're
like
not wrong.
you're now chasing the next thing. Like that doesn't turn me on anymore. Now this does, and then you desensitize yourself to that. Now you know what I'm saying?
No,
Yeah,
you're not wrong.
people get addicted to porn as well, don't they? And
Yeah.
it's like they're looking for the next like extreme thing that they can see.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, we're all on a porn ban.
We actually are.
Like that.
Yeah.
We hold ourselves, we hold each other accountable.
We do. We slip up now and then. It's done us to the world of good because we've got a lot better at it. We might have our old slip up. We always.
She's like, what the fuck?
We always
Slip up now. Then every other day.
It's like we're addicts. Yeah. It's like we're in an AA meeting. Yeah, sometimes we up, but we.
Not sorry, boys. I fucked up.
Yeah, we do. I was going to say we do admit it. They go, boys, I'm sorry. I've done the dirty. If I was like, right, come on, clear shit.
What would you say was an addiction? How often would you say it's getting an issue?
All
for
day,
you?
every day.
Oh,
No, it's not.
Any opportunity.
On the bus, the train.
No, it definitely was an everyday thing. Do you know what I mean? Because the thing is, for a bloke, like it's such for a guy. It's like I was having a similar conversation recently with someone about this, but for a bloke, we've got so much testosterone running through your body. When you go to the gym and work out, it also like increases, and so it's such an easy fix for a guy to just flick out his phone, 5 minutes, sort himself out, and he's done. Sometimes guys have to feel like they actually, we have to release that kind of thing out. You've got to, and so it ended up being like an everyday thing, 5 minutes. But again, that is an addiction. Like even just having a that's addiction if you keep doing it and keep watching porn. And again, even people that are sexually active, it will desensitize you, or it will stop your game from, you think, I don't want to talk to that girl now today. Do you know what I mean? I can't be bothered. That it's almost like post-nut syndrome. Yeah, for a bloke. When if you do, it's true though, isn't it?
Post-nut clarity.
Yeah, post-nut clarity. You do though.
True.
You'll watch
So
5-minute
true.
video, and afterwards you're like, why did I just do that?
No, when you're looking at yourself, you're like, if someone saw me like this.
Isn't it?
You look at yourself and go, I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
What am I doing with myself?
So it's weird. So guys have to, try and curb it.
What
definitely.
age did you say you joined, this type of industry, like going into OnlyFans?
Well, going into OnlyFans, I was probably about 25.
Yeah.
So I wasn't particularly young.
Yeah, so that was going to lead on to my question. I think, obviously, OnlyFans, it's quite popular now. A lot of people know how much you can make off the back of it.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on girls as young as maybe 18 joining the platform?
I think they need to put like a good bit of thought into it. It's not something you just do overnight and then like it's always going to be there. Do you know what I mean? You can't just do it and think that like people will see it, like your family are going to see it. People aren't going to particularly like you being on there.
Yeah.
So you've got to be accountable for that yourself. But at the same time, if you're an adult and that's what you want to do, then go for it. But I think you need to be mentally strong as well and know that there will be backlash.
Yeah.
As like there is the good with the bad
Yeah,
as well.
of course,
I'm
like
not saying
with
it's all-
anything.
Yeah.
Did you get any of that from anyone?
Yeah, I
around
had
you?
like an awful lot, like family wise. Yeah.
Really?
Because I've got I'm one of 6.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Nice.
Yeah, and quite a lot of brothers. So obviously that was not ideal, and I can understand why they wouldn't like that. But at the same time, I'm not going out there to hurt anybody. I'm just making my own money.
We're talking on the backlash side of things. How do you? Two parts of the question, really. One, how do you deal with that type of backlash, and how did you deal with those sorts of questions and family and friends come to you like, why? I'm sure they said, why are you doing this and what have you. So how did you deal with it? And two, then off the back of that, what advice would you give to the young girls out there today that are thinking about starting it or in that mix at the minute, getting that type of backlash and then thinking, should I be doing this?
So like at the beginning, every time I saw a negative comment, I was like, oh, I feel rubbish about myself. And then at the end I thought, actually, I haven't got a clue who any of these people are. Like their opinion does not pay my bills. I'm never going to meet them.
Yeah.
And so you kind of just got to block it out or just not read the comments. I think that's the best thing is just to block it out.
Yeah.
But obviously that's harder to just block it out when it's like your family or whatever.
Sure.
Now I think it's different because I'm at the age where like you can't really tell me what to do. I am an adult.
Yeah, sure.
And sure, the girls that are like 18, whatever, that have started. I think maybe just speak to the people around you and let them know that's what you're going to do rather than them, I don't know, like hearing like that you're doing it from someone else. Like once my stepmom messaged me and she was like, we need to speak to you about something. I was like, what's the matter? She's like, oh, Dad's friend knows you're an escort. I was like, what, an escort? I've never been an escort in my life. But they had seen a picture of me like online where someone had taken my picture and said that I was an escort. And that like really made him upset.
Yeah, sure.
You just got to know that things like that will happen.
Right, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
That's the only sort of thing that would just be.
Would you say that's like the worst rumor you've heard about yourself? Is that, or could you go worse than that?
I haven't really heard too many sort of weird rumours about myself. I'm trying to think. I get back in the day though, I used to get catfished a lot.
Really?
Right, okay.
Like really bad, to the point where like some bloke was paying my rent and my phone bills for like 6-7 months. Obviously it was not me.
What?
I've had people that will like approach clothing brands and then they send them the products.
No
so then the brands
way.
have messaged me saying, oh, when are you going to do our post? I'm thinking, what post? And they've been sent really silly things. Like there was a bakery company that sent me some stuff and they were like, when are you going to post your cakes? I was like, what
Post
cakes?
your
I was like,
cakes.
no, if I'd had cakes.
What's happening, guys? I just want to interrupt this podcast really quick to ask one little favour from everyone that's following our journey right now. We are trying to grow this podcast as big as it can possibly become. The bigger it gets, the more outlandish things we're able to go and do, and the bigger the guests get every single time, as you're already seeing. So if there's one little favour that me and the GraftKings can ask, is hit that subscribe button, and it does us the absolute world of favours, and we'll see you in the next. Let's get back to the pod.
And then I found out where it had been sent to and it was like some really creepy old man. And then when I put his address into Google, it had come up with, like Company's House.
Yeah,
He like
Oh, wow.
redid up old dolls and it was
No
just a bit like, it was
way.
like really creepy. And it's like,
Oh,
Well, it's
wow.
up to them to do their due diligence on that as well before
yeah,
sending
they
it
were
out.
fine with me. I did say to them like, well, you didn't message me. And the profile's like, you got to be a bit dopey to sort of realise
Yeah,
you're not
yeah,
fake
sure.
profile.
What
Yeah,
it,
for
what
sure.
it normally is probably the older generation who've got businesses on Instagram don't really understand. I can
Yeah.
spot a fake
Social media,
profile
yeah,
from a
yeah.
mile away.
Yeah.
I look at it and go fake instantly. But if you're an older person and you're in the Instagram game, you're new to it, you probably can get catfish quite
Yeah.
easily, can't you?
But then it depends on the type of people that these guys are reaching out to because it's got to be in line with their business, right?
Yeah, but if there is like a small bakery business, do you know what I'm saying? You've got a little start up and you go, oh, we'll try a luck, we'll reach out to them. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Can happen.
Yeah, no, I suppose so.
Or even like being on a night out, like a bloke might have come up to me. It has happened. A bloke's come up to me and he was like, "Oh, you're going to be like that?" I'm like, "What?" And he was like, "Just ignore me." I was like, I don't know who you are. I felt really rude. And he was like, "We've been speaking for months." I was like,
No.
and how do you tell someone in the nicest way, "I'm sorry, but that want me"?
Exactly like that.
Yeah, well, I
Like
did. But I felt really like mean about it, but it wasn't me.
Does he then get up at like the...
Yeah, and I was like, who is it? And so there's one profile that's been going for years and years, and every time they blocked me, but every time I like say to my followers, "Can you tell people to take down?" They change the username, and so that then no one can find them again for the next.
Weird,
like, they are like on the ball.
We've had it, yet alone, like you've got clout, obviously I've seen your Instagram. We've had it, yet alone someone in that type of position of clout. So it's very
mad.
It's very normal now for that to happen. It's ridiculous.
That's a good thing. Well, not the only. One of the good things about this new Instagram verification thing is because it can now validate you to prevent this from happening. Because you know, if someone impersonates you and you're verified,
yeah, well,
you can actually get the other accounts taken down now straight away because you have Instagram support. So that's one of the benefits of doing it. If people are thinking like, why do people do it? That's a good reason. Because if you keep getting catfished, one of our friends, I think we've even spoke about this on the pod before.
We have.
This girl was messaging him, and he was sending her flowers and stuff, and she believed they're in a relationship together.
Yeah, these people do. I've spoken to people and they literally think that we have been in contact for an awful long time.
That's crazy.
So,
the world's a crazy place.
I want to get out of it. It's weird, isn't it?
Findom. I want to know about
Talk
this.
to us.
Financial domination, but in your words, can you explain?
Right, Findom is basically financial domination. It is people that get off on sending or being controlled by money. So say like they want to send you money or they want you to have complete control over their finances.
Right.
Like they just want you to boss them around. It's like dominatrix, yeah? You know, when people want to be told what to do, whatever, but it's all about money.
I'm just trying to think of the interaction you're having with
so
these guys.
So it would be something like, so someone would message me like, they always refer to you as like goddess or something like that, like hi goddess, and I'd be like, how dare you speak to me without sending me 30 quid?
No.
So then they'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, madam. Then they'll send you the £30 and be like, that's pathetic. Is that all you're going to send? Is that all you think I'm worth? So then it will like double, and that's all you do. It's literally just speaking to them like that.
And they love it.
They absolutely love it.
That's crazy. Off the back of like a conversation like that, typically, how much can you make of one person like that?
So it all depends on the people, like the person that it is. Like, so I've had people that it's like, I've had someone that's a brain surgeon. So what they'll do as well, like they'll kind of in a way want you to blackmail them. They'll send over like pictures of their passport and shit like that to say like, if I don't send you the money, you can post this, or they'll give you their missus's phone number. If I don't send you this money, because at the time where they're sort of like, all like horny or whatever, they want it to happen, but they haven't got that close nut clarity, like you said. So they think this is a great idea. So they send me it, and they'll be like, well, if you don't send me this amount, I'm going to show you missus. And then, so you do get, so obviously he could send a lot of money.
Bad, isn't it? He's operating on someone's brain the next day.
They live among us, don't they?
Yeah.
I can't believe it, bro. I can't believe it.
I'm trying to think what else. But yeah, there's been people like you can get like tens of thousands in like one sitting. Yeah.
In one interaction.
Yeah, and this is not even meeting the person. This is online.
So what would you say is better then? Is it your OnlyFans or is it doing Findom? I know it's probably like interlinked a bit.
So the Findom has gone into my OnlyFans. So Findom is mainly on my Twitter, but now I've expanded it into my OnlyFans, so it's on both platforms now. But I think sometimes people like to remain anonymous.
What's the link? I'll send you a file. That's all I got.
How did you get?
That was good.
How did you get into that specific? I don't know what the right word is for it.
But do you want to know how about it? It's really funny. I was on holiday in Ibiza and I was in Ibiza Rocks. So I was hanging out my ass and I was at the shop outside and someone came up to me and said, excuse me, are you Holly? And I thought, oh God, no, yeah, what? And he went, I'm the person that's been messaged you on your Twitter asking if I can run your account. I'm thinking, what are you on about? Went through my DMs and basically I had someone saying like, hello goddess, can I run your account for you and try and get money out of people? Like, and I'll run it on your behalf. So this bloke was one of these people that liked Findom. So basically I struck up the conversation with him and then I was like talking to him about it. Obviously I'm not going to have him run my account, but then I saw that there was a side to it that people liked, which I'd never seen before.
I find that so bizarre. Like, that is insane.
Yeah.
It's
I can understand
it's
fetishes,
different
and
fetishes,
that,
yeah.
but that's not even a fetish, is it? Like, that's just, I don't know.
Listen, I by all means, I don't blame you guys for doing what you do.
100%. I'm all
I've
for
had this
it.
conversation because, as you know, you get backlash for being in the industry already.
Yeah.
Everyone has their reservations about it. I just think, end of the day, like, there's the guys that are paying for it, right? So if
I
I
think
was
more-
in that position,
yeah.
would I do it? Like, I mean, probably, obviously, guys do it as well, but I mean, it's different.
I think morally, sometimes you've got to take a step back, especially with these people that are saying like, "I'm going to get a credit card for you. I'm in this much
right,
debt." I think you've got to, as a person, step back and think like, I shouldn't be doing this to a person, which I do, but I know an awful lot of people that don't. And when it comes to the point of them like sending on their passport pictures or saying, "This is where I work, you can find my work," these actual girls have done it for the money. Whereas to me, it's like,
a
if
bit low, innit?
you're going to ruin someone's life, you're never going to get that person back. Do you know what I mean? It's a mutual thing. Like, he's enjoying it at the time, you get your money. Big
Call
smash
it
bosh there.
quits. Yeah.
You don't just carry on,
Fair
just
enough,
like
yeah.
going deeper and deeper, because that could lead to awful things.
So someone's actually said they get a credit card out for you.
Oh, credit cards, loans, everything. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Go on then, mate. Off you go.
Yeah.
Off you go.
I actually can't get my head around it. I'm actually
That's
shocked.
mental. Is there, Holly? Do you ever feel any type of guilt?
I think if you think about it too much, then you do.
Yeah.
However, I know that I don't think I ever go as far as to when I know someone's not going to, I would put someone in a bad mental place. Like, I wouldn't, if someone says take a credit card out, I'm like, well, do you know what I mean? That's up to you. That's your choice. I would never be like, take a credit card out.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fine,
You're
fine.
giving me that money.
Fine.
But if I can get it off them, trust me,
Happy
I will.
days. Yeah.
But I wouldn't actually want to put themselves in someone they didn't want to be in.
Yeah. Fair enough. I'll rate that. Yeah.
And you don't have to answer this, but would you make more money from Findom or OnlyFans?
It's hard because the Findom is on OnlyFans.
Are they integrated now?
Yeah, they're sort of integrated. So,
Oh,
like,
so is Findom its own? What is it? A platform? Or
no,
is it just
Findom. So Findom is basically just the sort of name of the.
the fetish?
Yeah.
Name of
Cool.
the
Right.
kink,
Fine.
yeah.
But I
I'm with
think
you, I'm with you,
they
I'm with
haven't specifically got a platform for themselves, so a lot of them do use Twitter for it.
you. Okay.
But
fine.
then you can still get guys that are into Findom that will come onto my OnlyFans,
Right. Got
and then
you,
it will
got you.
just use it on there.
Fine. And did I actually ask you for, other than speaking to me like a bit, did I actually ask you for a request to do X, Y, Z? Like, can we have a picture of this? Can we have that? Can we have that?
Some do, but I find with the Findom, they don't really want much. If they do, they want something really weird, like, can I buy your pants? Can I buy your toenail clippings? Can I buy your spit?
I'm sorry, hang on. Go back. It's 2. Can I buy the spit? I can maybe understand. But can I buy your what?
What? Oh,
The middle one.
toenail clippings.
Clippings.
Yeah,
That's
clippings.
mental.
See, I thought it was weird when I thought you said clippers,
I
but
thought it was
clippings.
No, the actual
That's
clippers.
mental.
Yeah.
What's going on in
They
this
ask
world,
for
bro?
hair, all of that type of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, or like hair from your
What about
hairbrush.
like fart in a box or something?
I've not been asked to do that.
I'm just-
I know girls do. I know girls
Well, there's
do.
a first time for everything.
Roman.
Fucking hell. I wouldn't be surprised though. That wouldn't surprise me
That's what
anymore.
I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's
no,
what I'm
it's
saying.
definitely people that are...
So girls do. I know this girl. I know, there's a famous girl out there, isn't it? That puts her farts in a jar,
Was that on... I think I saw
and
that on
she
Facebook.
makes millions,
Yeah.
like
That's mad.
millions of pounds.
Oh, damn.
So how do you get? So is it spit in a jar then? Would you spit in a jar?
Yeah, just literally just spit.
Have you done it?
Possibly.
If I speak too much, I'm in big trouble.
Well, no, fair play. Why not?
Why
Fuck
not?
it.
You're not forcing these
The
people
girl
to do
asked me to
it.
spit in a jar and send me 100 quid for it. I'd be like,
And the rest.
And the rest, she thinks you're cheap. 100 quid's cheap.
Like,
That's
That's
crazy.
why I don't blame them, mate. I mean, if you're getting paid for it, why not? Fucking do it.
Mm.
And do your family know the depths of Findom?
No.
They do now.
No, they don't really, and I don't think they particularly want to know, so
No,
I wouldn't
fair
share
enough.
it with them.
That's fair enough.
Fair
Makes sense. That makes sense.
do you see this as,
Go on.
Holly, where do you see this long term? So you're 32 now, like, I take it one day, hopefully family is on the mind in the future at some point. Whatever. Do you see yourself, like, carrying on with this forever, or, like, where do you see it going?
Well, I don't know actually. I've done it for so long, like all my adult life. I feel like
Yeah.
I don't really know any different at the moment. So
sure.
obviously, like if I did get into something else, it would have to be something that I enjoy. Blah blah blah. No, I don't want to do it forever, but I'm pretty happy with my lifestyle that I've got at the
Fair.
moment and how I live, and I'm not.
Yeah,
willing
yeah,
to
yeah.
change
Do you want to get
anything.
to a point where you've stacked enough money away from this, where you're like, do you know what? I don't even have to work now. Like,
I think
I'm good.
yeah, that and like there is definitely a point where you can get to that point. But
Yeah.
I think when you can see that it's such easy money as well.
Yeah, sure.
Even say if you've got like a good couple $100,000 in the bank, but knowing that so say like one day on Instagram, I could have something like a 13 grand day by literally putting a tweet out, which people want to play a retweet game. So for every like the tweet gets, it's 50 quid. For every retweet, it'll get 50 quid. And for every comment, it'll get 50 quid.
Can you elaborate on this for me,
Yeah, I
please?
was
How does
gonna
this
say.
work? How does this work?
Yeah.
Right, so say I'll get someone called like Darren, okay?
Yeah.
And I'll write a tweet like Darren wants to get ruined. Let's ruin Darren. and then it'll be like for every comment this post gets, Darren has to pay me 50 quid. For every like this thing he says for 50 quid. For every retweet 50 quid for 50 minutes. So then all your followers are like, oh, Darren ruin him. Like, so I mean, so all the
Wow.
comments are building up, likes, they're all building up. And then for every like sort of number on each one, he has to pay me.
And-
so like at the end of it, it was like 13.5 grand.
And Darren's loving
In
this
one
in the
in
meantime.
50 minutes,
Yeah, in 50
you earned
minutes.
13.5 grand off
Yeah.
this one bloke.
Yeah,
Mad on that.
That's insane.
yeah.
Again, look, you don't.
And he didn't want anything for it. He didn't want pictures. He did.
How did that initial conversation start of him saying,
I
do
think
this?
it would have just been like, Goddess can have a retweet. I'm quite well known for the retweet
Okay,
games.
fine, cool.
Oh, wow.
And I think
Never heard of
sometimes
it until
they
now.
see that I'm doing that with someone, and then they think they see the other DOMs would then probably latch onto them as well.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Seeing, like, he must have money. So then they start following him and all.
So these people must be f***ing caked in money.
Yeah.
Yes, people, what's happening? Thank you very much for watching this pod. Interrupting once again, last time I promise. If you can hit that subscribe button, it will do us a world of good. Let's get back to the pod.
Obviously, it's not all the time, but yeah, you do get really good spenders.
13 bags.
You
of
make
that.
most of
in
the money
50
from
minutes.
the one-to-one interactions, though, don't you? Whether it's on OnlyFans or, like you said, through Findom
Yeah.
or through Twitter. It's when they're interacting with you is when they're
Yeah.
most like probably captivated and ready to spend their money.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have like regulars?
Yeah, but like you said, with the like, if it's one-to-one, a lot of people like to be embarrassed. They want people to see that they're a loser, or they want me to post a video and say, "Look what Darren's just done. He's fucking pathetic." Like they get off on me making them feel.
Can you see what these people look like? Most of them or not?
No, not often.
You
Often
don't?
people don't have a picture, which is up to them. If they want to show me what they look like, I'm fine. But
Yeah.
I'd never say like, show me.
Are they like ever? Have you ever seen anyone that's quite good looking? That or
Yeah, I've seen all different. I've even had women like
Really?
like yeah. I've seen old, young, all different. It's not like I couldn't even put them all into one category, but I would say it is people with quite good jobs, or maybe stressful jobs, or
Yeah.
pressure jobs.
Yeah, see, that's how I thought it was as well.
Yeah.
And again, look, you don't have to answer this, but I am curious. Like, what is been like one of your best, like, highest performing months?
I'd say over 100,000.
In a month?
Yeah.
Wow. In,
Shit.
in 1 month.
Yeah.
Right, boys, I'm quitting the pod. I'm done.
100
Subscribe
Gs
to my
in 1
OnlyFans.
month. Wow. Do you not like, right, so 100 grand,
Yeah.
a lot of money.
Yeah.
Have you ever, or you might have already done this, but have you ever wanted to venture out into other businesses and try and put that money in other places, whether that's...
Houses or whatever,
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, that's
you look
what-
like you dress up nice, you've got nice clothes and that, you obviously like fashion and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Have you never thought maybe going down that route or...
Yeah, I do have my money in different things, such as like properties, and I
Nice.
sort of just I don't really post about that, and I'll keep
Yeah,
that.
nice.
But I am quite sensible with my money. I do have like a lot of savings. I don't just sort of spend it like frivolously, because I know this money will stop at
Yeah.
some point. Or like, say if I thought, do you know what, I can't do this anymore, or I don't know, say if you were to get pregnant or something like that,
Yeah.
it's got to stop at some point.
Does it ever fear you that 15 years in the future, when your kids grow up, that they might have them pictures and say, is that your mum?
Yeah, I think you've always got to sort of have that in the back of your head, but like now I feel like it's just not as frowned on as it used to be. Like
Yeah,
back
yeah,
in
I
the
agree.
day, if someone was a stripper, you'd be like, a stripper?
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
like, oh my God, that's disgusting. And now like if someone's a stripper, it's like, oh, smart. And like basically people are stripping every day at home for their money. And I think in 15 years time, what on earth are people going to be showing then?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's
Yeah,
very
true.
true. Yeah, spot on.
Like,
yeah, good
I'll
answer.
probably look like I'm quite a prude. I'm hoping. But, you know what I mean? Like, in 15 years' time, like, who knows what's going to be out there?
It's just crazy
Yeah,
how
spot on.
everything's just changed from like when we were young to now. Like I mean,
Big change.
speaking to a girl on webcam, it was like press the print screen button. Like,
Oh yeah.
I was like, boys, put it on paint, print it, take it to school. Like it's just
I think
crazy.
you get in trouble for that nowadays,
Yeah,
mate.
now you get. Back then it was just okay, wasn't it?
No, there's actually a law against it now, isn't
Yeah,
there?
well, yeah, I
What's it
mean-
called? It's the revenge porn.
Revenge.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah, Aussie's getting a case.
Well, Ash, bleep that out, please, mate.
On topic of revenge porn, have you ever had like any moments where like someone might have leaked a photo or like content's like gone places where it shouldn't have gone? Does that happen? Or?
Yeah, so basically there is actually forums where people go and be like, has anyone seen Holly's new videos? And then like someone will be like, yeah, I got it. And they post it and they're like, cheers, mate. And then they'll send on like maybe they bought another video and send it to each other.
Yeah.
However, I've got somebody that's constantly online searching,
that.
yeah, who works for me, and they'll get them taken down like ASAP.
Oh, wow, that's
But
good.
obviously, if you're not on the ball, they will get shared.
How can you get them taken down?
There's like I can't remember what the name of it, but there's like a legal thing, like they can't repost.
Yeah, your
mine.
OnlyFans stuff's copyrighted, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
and they can't repost it.
But
wow.
realistically, there's not much that's going to happen to those people that do kind of take that
of course
content.
not. No.
Because again, I think I see someone talking
But
about
then I
this.
think if I'm selling the content I'm not selling the content really cheap. So if I'm selling it at quite a high price anyway, if they're selling it, I've still made my decent money anyway.
Yeah,
so
yeah, true.
it's not like I sold it for like sold it for like a $5.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I've made my buck out of it
Yeah,
already.
I'm with you.
And also, people, if they're paying a premium on it, they value it, so then they probably don't want to share it as
Yeah, I
much.
wouldn't want to. If I paid for it, I'm not sharing it
Yeah,
out.
I said that to you about the coaching side of things. If you make yourself too cheap, people don't value it, so
Yeah,
they,
yeah.
they don't stick to it. It's the same kind of thing, isn't it?
Is that why everyone says they're in the 0.011%?
Yeah, probably.
They're not,
Is that
though,
true?
are
Is
they?
that true? What is all that about?
I think that's sort of like you being like the best of the best, basically, and it means that you've got like you're making the most money, you've got the best content, so everyone sort of wants to be in that level because then people think, oh, she must be good.
Yeah,
I
sure.
subscribe to them, or other girls are like, oh, I want to see what she's doing, maybe subscribe and have a little sneaky look and things like that.
Is that true though? Are those like?
Because everyone seems to be in the
Yeah, do you girls get
0.01%.
told that by OnlyFans?
Yeah, so you do
or-
have a little like a bit on your page which will tell you what % you're in.
and that's given to them by OnlyFans.
Yeah, that's given to them
Okay.
by OnlyFans,
Oh,
but
okay.
then
Fair enough.
I think some girls might be using other people's. You know,
Oh,
like
really?
because they
Oh,
just
'cause
like
you can
print screen it and
just
maybe crop
screenshot
it.
it, Yeah.
It must
Yeah.
be.
It's clever marketing. That's what I would do.
Yeah. Or even like your earnings, you could like another girl could put them up. You could then just take out
Yeah.
your part.
Are there any like what? Yeah, it's interesting. Like, what are the sort of weird little dirty secrets of and hacks that people do with OnlyFans in the industry? Like, what are the dirty? Oh, I know that's a scam. I know that's things that people do to try and get away with.
Oh, I don't really know.
Or clever things you've heard of that people do. Like, oh, really, I didn't know you could do that. Or
Maybe we'll tell you.
Good answer.
We've just heard from the management. We got that question was shut down.
Politician answer that, yeah.
That's fair enough. I get that. Some things have got to remain secret. I
Yeah,
suppose.
of course.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that.
To be fair, I was going to ask about Grace over here as well in regards to like your whole kind of management side of things. Is that a bit more hands off now that you're obviously working with a management company, or how's it work in terms of when you're by yourself?
So it's always got to like. So your people want to speak to you. They're going to know if I've got a management company and all of a sudden like it starts like how I'm speaking is changing and it's like they're like that's not her speaking. So I've still got to be in control of what is going out there, what I'm writing on messages and what content is being put out. However, I think having management just helps sort out the shoots that I'm going to
Right,
or
sure.
potential content that people want to see, like maybe putting a poll out there. Do you want to see more of this? Do you want to see more of that?
Right.
And also just helping me manage what I can do. As in, like, and what I can put out.
Like through marketing, etc.
Yeah,
just, like,
and just
creating more
finding like
ideas
different
and
sort of
stuff.
like ways to get more subscribers.
Do you think AI is going to be like a way people can manage their own stuff as well now? Like when it comes to their own content?
Yes, definitely.
That'll be like a massive.
Oh, you was going to tell us that about the AI thing.
Oh, yeah.
You already touched on it briefly. You said about people speaking to.
Oh, right. So yeah, on Findom, you even get people that they will speak to a fake profile. They know it's a fake profile. Like you look at the avatar picture thing, and it's like what the hell? But they know, and they're still giving it money.
But why?
Well, I don't know.
crazy,
Don't ask
isn't
me.
it?
I'm not it.
Another fetish.
I'm not it.
Oh, yeah.
I heard weirder things tonight, mate. To be honest, that doesn't sound like.
If it's
obvious.
speaking to a robot, it's a
No.
bit fucked up. Like it's not even a sentient
You
being.
understand a
I
weird
mean,
fetish asking
A human.
an actual attractive human to do something, but you know, that is literally just
A
it's nothing,
computer.
it's just a bot. Yeah, talking back to you.
People have them cartoon fetishes though, don't they?
Yeah.
Anime, innit?
Yeah.
Anime.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's weird. But like the Simpsons porn and stuff.
You seem to know quite a
Yeah,
bit,
you see.
mate.
Do you want to tell us a bit more about that, mate?
Fucking cool.
Simpsons porn.
Scissors porn.
Listen. When you're on page 32 on Pornhub, sometimes it get a little bit weird. Sometimes things go, oh, what was that category?
Don't unset me.
Oh, you don't. Out of anyone here, you don't.
Look at this guy, bangs it right in the chat.
That was the old Joseph.
I heard from you for a week. He's in there deep scrolling, still going.
Page 38.
Do you think there's still like a bit of a double standard when it comes to a man doing OnlyFans and compared to a woman?
I think when men do it, I think they get a worse backlash.
Yeah.
But to be honest, if I was a bloke, I'd bloody hell go and do it. And I think as well, though, with the men doing it, I think it's more sort of for the gay.
Yeah,
That's what we've been told.
That's
Isn't
what
it?
I've
I don't think you get many boys that go into it with the hopes of getting subscribers from girls. Because I don't think there is that many girls that would go and subscribe to a boys.
It's not a market for it.
Yeah.
I don't think it is
But then
either.
saying that, like when you watch things like, have you ever been to like a Dream Boys or something like that?
No.
You get these
Been
like
to it.
middle-aged women that go and watch these men strip and they are all over it. So I'm thinking like if you boys did do it, you just have to get like the older clientele.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah,
sure, I
yeah.
suppose.
Don't give many ideas.
No, sorry, but like rather than girls sort of like
No, you're right.
your age, go for the sort of single older women that
Yeah,
just
it's true.
basically
Yeah,
Nah,
the reverse of what I'm
you're not
doing.
wrong. I know someone that was in male escorting when he was younger, and he said,
It's always the older women.
and it
yeah.
was a lot of older women that was, well, they pay for
Yeah.
your time, but then obviously you can negotiate.
Everyone
and
wants to
you
feel
can-
wanted at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So
Very true. Very true. What kind of advice, circling back a bit, would you give back to your younger self?
start earlier.
Really? fair play.
What an answer. That's a good
answer.
Quality.
Good
No, I
answer.
would have started earlier into the OnlyFans before sort of it got a bit too saturated.
Do you feel as though it's saturated?
I think now it is, yeah.
So everyone's Instagram bio is like.
I know, but like,
Yeah, link in bio, link
if
in
you
bio.
think like this, like what? There's nearly 8 billion people on the planet now, yeah. And let's just say, give it a round number, let's say 500,000 individual girls are on OnlyFans. Look at the market still. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you
know what I
not feel
think
as though
it is?
there's enough to go around? Or
I do, but I think when the happened, everyone's prices went woof, right down to the bottom because obviously you had all the strippers that couldn't work, escorts that couldn't work because of the laws and that.
Yeah.
So everyone's selling things for like real cheap. And so for girls that have been on it for a while and have like their standard, right, this is this price, this is this
Sure.
price, we couldn't keep up because they're doing everything. Like you go
For
on
a couple of
Twitter and
quid,
people
yeah.
have got like,
They do. They put nudes in that on Twitter,
like
didn't they?
someone's
Yeah.
like a butt plug up and it's like,
Yeah.
that's what's on there. Like, what the hell are you selling for £2?
Yeah,
Dressing
that's
up,
true.
dressing
Yeah.
up as a cow.
No, that's true. Twitter's a weird place.
Twitter's
Yeah,
wild
Twitter
now,
is.
bro.
Twitter's
It's just
crazy.
as fuck, mate.
Twitter's so weird.
Can't open it in
Uncensored,
public
isn't
anymore.
it?
No way.
It's just uncensored. Like
It is.
There's just a lot going
It's
on.
not even called
there.
Twitter anymore, is it? It's called X.
It's called X now, isn't it?
Yeah,
Fucking
what that was,
pre-brand
yeah.
on my phone.
Yeah, X now. He's trying to turn it
RIP.
into a super app. You know, like China have WeChat.
Right.
Do you know what WeChat is?
Yeah, I do.
In
yeah.
China, they have one app. It's called
Okay,
WeChat,
great.
and you can pay for all your shopping on it. So your social media, your shit, everything, your tax, everything, all on one app. It's called WeChat, and all Chinese use it.
And he said as well, he's incorporating AI massively into
Yeah,
it as
so
well
it's
now.
going to be like a.
Is there any advice you would give like younger girls that are looking to go into the industry? However, like when I say advice, I mean like trying to guide them to what they should think about before going into this type of platform. Because again, it's not for everyone. Some people will go on it, come off it.
Yeah.
Some people might regret. It's not for everyone. So I'm not judging, but again, these types of girls or even guys that are looking to go onto the platform, is there a certain advice that you can give them to look out for before they do so?
I think you've just literally got to make sure that you would be happy with seeing this content being out there in a few years' time. Like, I know it can be quick money, but at the end of the day, like your mental health is way more than any kind of money.
Yeah.
And if you feel like that this is not the right thing for you, then don't do it. Have a think about it and maybe come back to it. But the stuff will always be there. But if you're into that kind of thing and you enjoy doing it and you feel like you could do it, then give it a try.
Yeah.
Has your mental health ever been impacted by it?
Yeah, I'd say at times it has. I think sometimes, obviously, if you're reading your messages and you get people that are talking to you and they could be quite degrading, like this is the other side of obviously not Findom. So say like men are speaking to me like, I don't know, saying stuff like quite derogatory. Afterwards you think, oh, they've just spoken to me like an absolute piece of meat, which is what I'm being put out there to be. I
Yeah.
understand that. But then when you sit back and you think, oh, that's made me feel shit.
Start
Like,
getting to you, wouldn't it?
yeah, I think, oh, Is that all I'm worth? Do you know what I mean? Like people don't even want me for my personality.
Yeah.
Which I understand. I completely get both sides of it. But yeah, if you think too much about it, it will start playing with your head.
Yeah, that's fair.
What did you,
go on, bro.
No. I think you're going to ask the same what I was about to ask.
I was gonna say, what did you do before you done?
No.
Before you went into this industry. What did you do?
17.
You were 17.
That's it.
Oh wow.
So wait, you left college or school, went straight in?
So I was at college. I was in college for 6 years because I just didn't want to get a job. So I just kept going back.
Right.
I did that.
And then I had like a few really silly jobs. Like I worked at an Xbox factory, fixing Xboxes. Then I worked in like River Island. Then I worked for my dad. And then I got with a boyfriend who was quite wealthy at the time. Didn't work for like a good couple of years. And then that was it really.
All right. I'll switch it then. What do you think you would do now if you wasn't in this industry?
Good question.
Do you know what? If I wasn't in this industry, what I would really like to do is like a caring job, like work for people that.
I never ever thought you'd say that.
Really?
No,
I've actually got like no, it sounds really weird because saying I'm doing Findom whatever. Yeah, I'd like to do a job which helps people.
That's
love
nice.
that. Yeah, that's lovely. That is nice.
Why?
Go on. I was just going to say off the back of that, like it's just like how women usually go into these types of fields typically anyway, which is quite nice.
No, what I was going to say is, why don't, if that's something you enjoy doing and you've got a bit of money saved up, why wouldn't you maybe potentially move into that sector with the money that you got as an investment?
I think there's a chance of me doing it in the future, but so like at the moment, my mum, I look after my mum. My mum lives with me, and I can afford for her to not have to work the hours that she'd need to. So I feel like I'm caring for her at the moment, which is good enough for me.
Yeah,
love that.
You're quite close with your family,
really
with your brothers.
Close. I'm close with my mum.
Yeah,
and I suppose I am close with my family. Yeah.
You are.
Have you thought about potentially looking into? I mean, you might already do it. As you've just said that, potentially like mentoring or looking after and helping coaching young girls that are potentially, again, maybe even industry related, that are thinking about going into this, or like, I'm not. You're a cosmetic surgery ambassador as well, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. Do girls reach out to you now to say, look, I'm really nervous about potentially having my lips done, my boobs done, having a bum lift? Like, have you potentially thought about opening some form of? It could be free, it could be paid, but like something where people come to you for help.
So I do that an awful lot, and I obviously I've been doing it all for free, and it would make sense to make money out of it. So people would message me like, "Hi, I'm really sorry to message you, but could you just tell me what you've had done?" I'm like, "Yeah, babe, tell them everything." And like, is it going to hurt? I'm going to tell them the truth. Like, it's not obviously going to be easy, but yeah, I get a lot of girls asking questions, and I will tell them everything that they want to know. I'm not one of these people that's like, I'm not telling you. Like, I like to be able to, and I think it's nice as well. Like, I'll get messages back from girls saying, "Oh, by the way, it's really nice that you messaged back. Like, we didn't even think you were going to message back."
Yeah, I love that.
That's nice.
Yeah,
that might be a potential business idea. You know,
can we ask what you've had done?
Big easier. So I've had BBL, which is a Brazilian butt lift, and I've had that done 3 times. I've had my boobs done 3 times.
God.
I've had
why 3 times?
Obviously, like, because when you have your bum done, you can't go straight away like massive.
Right, so you're just stretching it.
Yeah, and the same with boobs. You can't just suddenly go wah like that. You have to slowly stretch the skin.
Right, okay.
So,
isn't it like more filler now? People getting their bums as well?
Yeah, a lot more people getting filler because it is safer. It's a lot more expensive.
I can imagine
for what it is. Yeah, and it doesn't last particularly long.
What? So they're implants?
No.
Oh, right.
Are you happy with where you're at now? With where you look?
I think when you like surgery, I don't think there'll ever be a point where you go, do you know what, I'm really happy.
Really?
Yeah, personally, if I didn't have like my mum and my friends to say to me like, you need to stop, you're silly, then I would have had a lot more done already.
Wow, okay.
Does that come from an insecurity point of view?
Yeah, 100%.
Why are you insecure?
I don't know. I just think it's just one of them things, like, you growing up in this day and age, everyone looks like a filter, everyone looks perfect. You're just constantly striving for
but
the
to look
next
at
thing.
you, I don't what else. Like, I think,
you're attractive. You must know you're
yeah,
attractive. You've got a fan base. So
I know that, but then if I look at the pictures, like, right, it's different with seeing a girl walking in and she looks banging. I know I can look good behind a camera, and that's how I've made my money.
Right.
But in real life, it's not how I've made money. It's behind a screen I've made my money. Do you get what I mean? Like, and then you get these young girls, and they are like 18, 19, and they're like perfect. They are like perfect little dolls. And then I feel like I've got to kind of keep up with that level, which is hard.
And you would probably agree that this is off the back of social media.
And the pressure that people are under is unreal.
For sure, we're all kind of victim to it. We've had our teeth done, had our hairlines done.
Yeah.
Go use sunbeds.
But this is what I'm saying. I feel like we think like I've had my hair done, so has Merc. But I think that to me was important because I'd receded a bit. I thought that's quite normal. But then I think, where's the line of like maybe doing too much to a certain point. No pun intended. But do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, obviously, because of like, if you have like an imperfection and you don't like it, by all means, go and fix it. I'm a big like a supporter of it, advocate for it. But I think where's the line? Some people probably go get things done where they don't need to.
Oh, 100%. I think you've got to have a surgeon which knows as well to say like enough. Like, so I asked them, could they do my nose? And he was like, no, because you don't need it done.
You don't.
So then they're not doing it for the money's sake. You need to have somebody that's gonna say to you, look, come on.
Do you take that on board though? Do you like, no, I can want it done, do it?
No, because if they physically won't do it, they won't do it.
And have you got trusted surgeons now that you'll only use them?
100%.
Okay, that's good.
Are they all UK based?
No, they're all in Turkey.
Yeah,
wow,
yeah.
okay.
I think I saw it. What was the
Comfort Zone.
Comfort Zone, yeah.
I've been with them for like maybe 10 years now.
They're very popular.
Yeah.
Just circle back a little bit, because it amazes me what you just said there, Tiff. I was quite surprised you just said that. Like, you've been in the game since you were 17 years old.
Yeah.
And you still feel as though you have them insecurities, even though like how well you've done the weight. Like,
yeah, because like, so say when I started at 17, like the image then was to be skinny with big boobs.
Yeah.
But now it's changed to be curvy. So like you're always keeping up with the next trend
I understand what
anyway.
you mean, yeah.
So it's not like I could get like, oh, I've got big boobs and I'm skinny now. It's like, oh, it's a new trend. I've now got to get my bum done, or I've got to get my teeth done. I've got to get my lips done. So
you feel that kind of pressure.
I think you are. If you want to be what people are interested in and what's like, do you know what I mean? What people are getting the likes and getting the money from, then yeah, you have to.
I feel like filters should be banned. I'll be happy.
They are in certain countries.
Is it?
I think it's Switzerland they ban filters.
I'll be happy if it was banned. Because
I think it's bad for people's mental health. It really is.
It's that.
I've known friends that they filter themselves so much they won't even go out. Like, my friend wouldn't go on a night out because she filtered herself so much.
Your management do not agree with banning filters. I'm partial to filter a lot on Instagram stories and stuff.
No, but we put like
That's
a colour
different.
gradient on it.
I don't.
Do you know when I see some girls? You know, actually, they're crazy now because they've got an AI technology. Before it used to be a mask, so you used to film, and if you put your hand in front of your face, you'd see the
I think they've got that on TikTok. So even like when you move your head or go like that, it's still there.
The AI does every pixel instead of just a mask. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy.
I was just going to say, because even on the receiver end from ours, like we've been catfished before because of filters and people like editing their pictures too much. So I think even from our end, like it's difficult
I can understand
to know
why men would find that like.
That's why we say FaceTime them first now.
Really
FaceTime first. But you know, if you FaceTime on Instagram, they can put the filter on.
Yeah, no, that's how you FaceTime.
Just get the number FaceTime.
Yeah, normal FaceTime. Yeah, but I don't like giving people my number.
Then you might get catfished, mate.
Yeah, like Russian roulette, innit? We've all been catfished anyway, so we're not getting back into that. Nearly got cancelled off the back of that. Won't do that again.
Nearly.
What I was going to say, there was a question in my mind about the OnlyFans thing. Mine's gone blank.
How did you become an ambassador for Comfort Zone? How did that
so
relationship
basically, this was like maybe, like I said, about 10 years ago, and this was before anyone had a BBL. Like no one in the country even knew what it was. And I was like, I need it done. I need it done. Yeah. Everyone thought I was bonkers. I was like, I'm going to Istanbul to have my fat taken out and put in my bum. And everyone was like, are you mad? I was like, yeah. So I ended up going over there, made friends with the person who owned the company, was a really, really nice person. And at that point, they weren't a massive, massive company.
Right.
So basically just got close with them as a friend. Then I kept going back there for different things. And then I was thinking, right, do you know what? I've got quite a good following, and a good following of women, and a good following of people that are saying like, who did that for you? Who did that for you? And I'm telling people for free anyway. Yeah. So then I'm sort of said to him, would you be happy in doing some sort of like relationship business wise that benefits me and it benefits you as well?
Yeah, fair.
So that sort of just went from there.
So it's kind of like you help them find customers and then they look after you. Yeah. How they do.
Interesting. Good business structure.
Do you look after all your business? I know earlier you said you're on top of your finances, like with your business side of things and what you venture into and what you invest and like your collaborations like this. Is that all you, or where does that come from?
No, not all me. Like I have people that do help me manage that as well.
Okay, cool. Fair enough.
And did you do it before you had people to manage it? Was you doing these?
Was you that business orientated even before?
Quite business orientated, although my family, like I could probably ask, like I would have asked, like maybe my brothers and things like that.
Cool. Okay.
I wouldn't have gone into details like about the money, but they would have helped. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Yeah. Nice.
So they all work in finance.
I know what I was going to ask now. As I say, circling back to when you said about you're close to your family, but in the beginning it was a bit awkward.
Yeah.
What's Christmas Day like?
Love it.
Good.
It's fine now. Do you know what I mean? It's like I'm an adult. They can't do anything.
No.
And when I go around my family, I would never go around them with like even like a top on like this. Like I'm all to wear like I don't like even seeing my face. I like to wear baggy clothes around my family because I just don't think it's appropriate.
Yeah, fair enough.
And
Yeah,
I don't feel nice being around, like, I don't know, my brothers and stuff with my boob. It's not nice.
No, I get that. The only
Yeah,
reason I
love
say
that,
Christmas
love
is
that.
because Christmas is one of the moments where
Family, innit?
every family member's in one room.
Oh no, we're all good. Like that's like all in the past now.
That's good.
That's good, yeah.
Do you think OnlyFans is becoming more socially accepted now for
100%,
society? Like,
yeah.
It's become like the norm.
Yeah, in the last maybe like 3 years, I'd say, like you could ask someone and it's not like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's still different with the older generation because they still like, what, that's OnlyFans. But I think people like our age,
Yeah.
It is very normal,
It's
yeah.
very normal, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
it's like-
Have you ever been asked to be flown out to Dubai?
yeah, a million times.
What's the money like?
It's ridiculous.
Talk to me figures.
For like you could make $500,000 in a week, 2 weeks.
And what are they asking for?
Well, I haven't gone into specifics, but they'll ask you to be like, I need you.
Or
to
is maybe someone you know?
I think because once you step into that lifestyle, there's no coming back for that.
Yeah.
How do you mean?
I think once you go over to sort of like doing them kind of things and that kind of money and living in that lifestyle,
It's addictive.
it's addictive, and I don't think you'd ever know how to feel just like a normal happy life again.
Okay.
I'm actually quite like a home girl. Like I like to think I like to go out and party. I don't. I actually quite like to be at home
Yeah, nice.
around the people I care about.
Nice.
And I think you put me out in Dubai, and I think that would just mess my head up personally. I couldn't do it.
Okay.
Do you know it's
Right
crazy how many girls I come up against who I talk to who do OnlyFans or do this kind of industry and don't like going out partying and don't
Yeah.
like, they don't like that
actually
life.
It's like I get dressed
yeah.
up every single day to do pictures. So when I go on a night out, I don't want to get dressed up.
Yeah.
Like,
Chilling, you're
I
chilling
don't want,
indoors.
I don't want to
Yeah.
take pictures. Or like your friends are like, can we take some pictures? I'm like, oh, really? Like, please just let me have my time to just chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Wow.
I'll take it. The job's 7 days a week, isn't it? Almost.
Yeah, most of the times, like, oh, you could schedule when you're going to do your things and things like. But it is pretty full on. Like, you could get someone now that wants you to speak to them right now and send you a picture of you in black lingerie. And I mean, like, if you're sitting in your Hello Kitty pajamas, it's not going to work. Like,
Yeah, fair.
and you've got to be looking like mediumly presentable.
Mad.
Yeah.
Do you ever take, obviously this might be a stupid question, but like if this is your full-time living and this is how you make your money all the time, how do you manage like stepping away and going on like trips and holidays and
Do
stuff?
you know what? I do find it really hard because I find when I go on holiday, I'm obviously in a bikini a lot more. So then I'm thinking, hey, take loads more photos, make more money.
That's what I meant, yeah.
So it is hard to, like, I went to a spa the other day and the whole time I'm like this on my phone because I know I can make the money by doing that. But I think you have got to get to a point where you need to just put your phone down.
Yeah.
Do you find it
it's-
hard? Do you find it hard to switch off?
Yeah, really hard.
Do you have to like make a real conscious effort? Like, how do you do it? How do you get around that?
I try like not to go on my phone after a certain time at night.
Fine, cool.
But then even like when you wake up in the middle of the night, you're like, oh, have a quick look, see who's messaged me on OnlyFans. Like, because you'll get
Cool.
people from all different countries as well. So the more time I'm awake and online, the more money I'm making.
You make a lot of money, much more probably than the average person. You probably can admit that, right?
Yeah.
What keeps making you go back? Why do you need to stay up that extra hour? Why do you want to keep picking your phone up? You know that the money's ready available. You probably got loads of money stacked. You money hungry?
Yeah, and I think that's what keeps you going, isn't it? Well, personally, that's what keeps me going is knowing that I can provide the life that I'm living at the moment. If like my friend says to me tomorrow, should we go on holiday? I can literally go, yeah, I'm off, and I can work. Luckily, I can work from wherever in the world because it's on your phone, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sick.
So I can just do that, and I think it's knowing that in the future I will be able to provide for my family, for me, for whatever I want. And I know that also there's a time limit on it. I'm not going to be
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not going to be
Of course.
only grands for me. I'm going to stop at some age.
Yeah.
Grand.
Like, do you know what I mean? It's there's some point where I'm going to think, like, do you know what? I don't actually
Yeah.
enjoy doing this anymore. I
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
have like a husband and children. They're not going to want me doing that in the
Yeah.
back room.
Yeah, fair.
Might as well make the most
Yeah,
of it.
so make the most of it while I can.
Yeah, yeah.
In the
Makes
meantime,
sense.
is there any plans to kind of scale this up in any way, or like you thinking of doing anything with your OnlyFans to take?
Well,
from,
I
like,
just
a
want
level
to sort of obviously just keep getting more subscribers. The bigger it gets, obviously, the better it gets for me. I can do more content. I can do different things, explore different paths and things like that, really. So, yeah, obviously, it's always to expand
Yeah.
and get bigger.
Sure.
But I still want to make it that it's personal with the people that I'm speaking to. I wouldn't want to get to a point where I'm talking to people on messages and being like, hang on, scrolling back up through the conversation to be like, oh, what did I say before?
Right,
Because
okay.
I think that's when it would get to a point where it's not personal to them and they're not that asked.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not
About
feeling
me,
it.
yeah,
Yeah,
they'd
yeah.
be like, well, I could speak to anyone. I could just watch porn for this.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Because now I've lost that sort of interaction
I'm
between them.
with you.
It's got to be hard because even like when the boys talk about it, even when guys talk to a couple of girls or something like that at a time, or people are talking to a couple of people
Yeah.
at the same time, you think this is hard work, like having to keep these conversations
Yeah,
up
we say
and
this.
like, what did I say to her, or when's her birthday, and or something. It's something stupid like that. So does that not drain you in any way? Think I mean, I know it's different. You're making money out of it, I suppose, but it must be hard to keep on top of all those different conversations.
Yeah, it is really hard, but I think you sort of know your regular people that are on there. You know your people that specifically want certain customs. You know people that are going to buy specific things.
Wow, cool.
You know ones that actually want to just say like, "Hey, how was your day today?" and not even be sexual.
Right,
They
okay.
just want the general chat.
Are they paying you for that
yeah,
time?
of course.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're paying for my time.
Do you know how many active users are on your OnlyFans or subscribers?
A lot.
Really?
Mm.
You don't want to tell us a number, do you?
No.
No, that's fun. That's cool.
Is there a reason why? You don't have to. I'm saying. Is there a
Yeah,
reason why?
just intrigued.
Is it? Is this
I thought
because?
that'd be a good thing for people to know.
Yeah, this is why. This one. There must be an industry thing why you don't want people to know. Is it? Oh, I'm going to stop talking.
don't
I'm thinking
know.
to myself, oh, we're not. I'm getting daggers off management.
eyes just looking at us.
We're not allowed to disclose it. Okay, we'll move on. That's
Next
fine.
question, please.
Next question, please.
I've got a question for you. So, from doing OnlyFans, what's the best thing that's come from it, and what's like the worst thing that you've come?
Good question.
I think the best thing is being able to have freedom with my life and just being able to sort of do what I want when I want. Personally, I couldn't be doing a 9-to-5 job. It would.
Yeah.
I just don't think it would really suit the way I'd want to live. Like hats off to anybody that does that.
Yeah.
Like, but that's just not me. So I'd say that's the best thing, and the fact that I can travel a lot as well, because I just like to travel. And the worst thing I think would be, just the constant pressure to maintain and look a certain image.
Yeah.
I think would probably be the hardest. I can't just go like, do you know what? Let's just go and eat for the solid week. You've got to look after yourself constantly.
Got pressure on you all
Yeah.
the time. Yeah.
Constant.
You in the gym?
No,
You don't go gym?
no, I'm too lazy.
You look,
That's crazy.
that's all cosmetic. You don't go gym?
Muscle surgery.
Wow. this whole must be an expensive setup, right?
Yeah,
Maintaining it, like
yeah,
the
it
hair.
is.
So I know this girl that used to have her hair blue all the time, and that was a constant job. So like,
It is. It's like constantly, like if my roots come through, even like the smallest bit, I've got to get rid of them. It's constant, like you're constant tanning, like you say, lashes, nails, toes, whatever.
do you want to give us a breakdown? Well, not a breakdown, but an overall cost. How much that might cost you a month?
2-3 grand.
A month.
To keep up the hair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think the most
crazy.
expensive thing is like probably your hair, but then it's it's everything. Even if you think like the clothes and things like that, you've got to keep current.
Yeah.
It is a,
Yeah,
it is a
of course,
business
yeah.
expense.
Yeah,
it is,
It's
yeah.
a-
So,
like,
you're
I'm-
running a business.
I'm spending
That
out,
makes
but I'm
sense,
getting
yeah.
the money back. So it's sort of I've got to invest in what I'm
It goes
putting
hand
out
in
there.
hand. You need to do one to get more
Yeah.
out the other. Do you know what I mean?
So I might have to spend out in buying certain things or going certain places to get certain pictures.
Course.
But then in return, I'm getting more people seeing it and more
Yeah.
people then subscribing.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it's a business at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Speculate to accumulate, isn't it?
And based on what you're wearing today, have you seen any Barbie film?
I actually haven't, no.
Okay, I've heard bad
Yeah,
things.
same.
I have heard very mixed reviews. I went to a like a promo evening the other night with a brand called Proper, which was all about Barbie, and it was really great. But I actually haven't seen the film myself.
Yeah.
We-
Apparently
we-
it's just made to
It
hate
was very
men.
Barbie inspired. It's brilliant.
You look very Barbie
I've
inspired.
got a pink car as
I
well.
saw
Yeah, it makes
that.
it even worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you said you were traveling earlier, I was one of the questions I wanted to ask. Do you ever fly economy?
Yeah, all the time.
Do you?
Yeah, I'm not like a snob like that. No.
Wow, really?
Right,
Yeah.
that.
I'd
Okay.
rather spend the money on doing something good when I'm out.
I
there.
like that. No, I
Yeah,
respect
fair.
that. Fair
Yeah.
play.
Yeah. So
I
that's
thought
solid mindset.
I really thought you were going to say no. I can't remember
Oh
last time.
no, I'm just a normal person. At the end of the day, I'm just good at saving my money and making my money on webcam and
I
behind.
rate
a
that.
picture.
Holly. That's sick. Fair play.
Do you feel like you ever get like weird looks from people out and about?
All the
Because
time.
obviously you look a very
I
certain
find
ways.
now, like the more I've done to myself and the more extreme I make myself, which I know I'm doing because I want to do it myself, the more self-conscious I get.
Yeah.
So like I'll be on a night out and I'm generally really quite shy, like, and I don't want people looking at me, and I'm like, I get all like nervous,
Oh,
and I'm
really?
like, I'll say to my friends, "Can you walk in first?" Because I know I'm asking for the attention. I know that, but sometimes I know that it's not nice attention.
Mm.
And people are like, well, who does she think she is? And like, or think that I'm really stuck up. I really love myself and things like that. When you actually get to know me, I'm not actually that bad. So yeah, I think obviously they look at me sometimes, get the wrong opinion,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is fair enough.
People
I-
always have. Oh, that was another question actually on top of my head from earlier. What's your biggest misconception about yourself, that you're stuck up and stuff? Would you say it's the biggest one?
Yeah, that I'm stuck up. I love myself, and I'm just not a very nice person.
People
Strange, though.
think that about
I
me.
was gonna say, how many people come up to us and I thought you'd be a
Yeah, all the time.
loads of times.
Pi-
Do we have to be?
And then
like
guess
that?
what? They're not wrong.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. Okay. Is there any questions we haven't asked you that you'd like to be asked?
Yeah.
That's a really weird
Um,
thing to say, but like anything you want to talk about, future adventures or things you're doing now,
No, I don't think so.
No?
No.
So we covered most of the ground?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know that when I mentioned Findom, you said I think I want to go back to it later on.
Oh no. No, I think I've got it pretty much all out there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
How long have we been?
Management.
Now.
Over now?
Oh yeah, can shout out to my OnlyFans.
Yeah, no, is there anything you want to plug, Holly? Plug it.
What is it?
Go for it. Yeah, of course.
What is it?
At Holly J Deacon, and also on my Twitter as well. All my links are in my bio, which is on Instagram at Holly Deacon.
Does our GraftKings viewers get some like 10% off or anything?
Do it for the boys.
The cow video, no.
And on that, do you have a YouTube?
No, I don't.
I think you should do that.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I think you should do that.
Okay.
And talk about this world. Talk about
Day in the life
OnlyFans.
of
Talk about
Holly.
surgery.
Yeah.
What you do. Like
That could be your
yeah,
next
my
step.
God, yeah.
Yeah, I did speak to this with about this with my management, but I just didn't know whether my personality would be good enough for it.
I'm telling you now, I've been on the
Yeah.
pod, you do well on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Okay.
The thing is, it's not as quick return as OnlyFans.
Yeah.
It's something you need to build. It's not like a social media network. It's more of a search engine.
Yeah.
So people fall in, same with OnlyFans, people fall in love with the character.
Yeah,
They just
and
want
I
to follow.
think with my, if you go on my Instagram, if you look at it, you look at it and think, oh, you stuck up, bitch.
Yeah.
Because it is all like posed pictures. You don't get to see like people laughing, having fun.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
Sometimes it's nice for people to see that different side of you.
Yeah, and
There you
YouTube
go.
would do that. And like even tonight, you could be YouTubing, vlogging here, and I think you got a shoot tomorrow, right?
Yeah, got a shoot
all this
tomorrow.
behind the scenes stuff. People that
I find
Yeah.
sometimes even like my behind the scenes stuff gets way more interaction, and people prefer
Why do you
that.
think that is? Because they want to know who you are.
Yeah.
Not just face value seeing you on the ground thinking, wow,
Yeah.
God, she looks amazing, but I wonder what she's actually like. And then they're going to see this for the first time and go, I never expected her to be like that.
Yeah.
Right? And then you have your own YouTube where you're talking to girls about their surgeries, what to do, what not to do. All those different avenues where millions and millions of girls are going to be watching that and going,
Yeah,
oh,
I do think
she's
like
amazing.
I can expand. out.
YouTube is definitely,
definitely.
especially if you're saying like in the future where you want to maybe not want to do only grands.
Yeah.
that could be the next thing.
Yeah, like mentoring,
Still-
I
yeah.
suppose, and
Anything.
just, yeah, tips and.
I think you should do it. I think that should be
Yeah.
the next thing. Maybe we've
We
just
said it here
planned
first.
Said
We
it
said
here
it here first, yeah.
We'll speak to
Not
management.
obliged, but yeah, it'd be a good idea.
Good. Right. Well, it was lovely having you on, Holly.
Yeah,
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Really do
having me.
appreciate it.
Did you enjoy it, Holly?
Yeah, I did actually.
Good,
Yeah,
good,
really
good.
good.
That's the main thing. Well, listen, guys, if you've made it this far into the pod, we appreciate you. You're the reason we're doing it. We've grown this quick, and that's because of you guys interacting with us, and we love every single one of you. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for the likes. Keep that stuff up. Hit the subscribe button. We'll see you in the next.
Hold it.
Yeah, I didn't do it. He's waiting.